What's up, world? It's your girl, Cheryl Pearl, back with another video on the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 6. And the name of this episode is Suns Out, Buns Out, literally. So the episode starts off with Kiana and Jazzy continuing their little spat from last week. And basically, they ask Kiana, what do you need, you know, to resolve this or whatever, move forward? She don't even have a response, which let me know this is a manufactured beef. They also go to Jazzy's confessional and ask her how mad would Wendy be if she knew what Kiana said on a scale from 1 to 10. Kiana says about an 8.5. So anyway, we don't get no resolution. We don't know what's going on. So they move on to the next topic, which is Giselle shady shots. So basically, Giselle brings out some shot glasses, and it has like different names uh, of the girls that will relate to them. Remember, it's shady shots. So Ashley is the Duchess. Tia is a stylist. Mm. Jazzy is the bride and stepmom. So she's trying to be shady with that little stepmom slash stepmom. Stacy, which we beating a dead horse, she don't got nothing on her shot glass. We just like over it. And Stacy is like, Giselle, you can't shake me, honey. And I mean, it's tied and thug. It's you concocted this whole master plan to exclude her because you don't know who she is. Girl, bye. I'm just tired of it. So Angel shot glass is chin check, which I have yet to see her do. And the last but final one is Kiana's shot glass, and it's Giselle Hader. And basically, to make a long story short, Giselle is letting Kiana know that Wendy let her know that you hate her, that you got some residual feelings about Giselle that you need to get off your chest. And of course, Kay is acting oblivious and basically it's like, well, we need to table this until Wendy is here, so I can address it. But in my opinion, she should have just went on and addressed it because later on it's gonna come out what the deal was. So after that scene, they go to like a producer's cam. And Stacy finally confirms that she did go on a date or whatever with Chris Samuels. And she makes it clear that she didn't date, I'm sorry, didn't have sex, that her and Timo were single, going through a divorce, and that she did not have sex with anybody they were dating. So, Stacy, you're walking back what you previously said, where he's a good friend, he's a great father, or whatever. So I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and I don't like it. Just come on out with it, because these girls will dig and scavenger hunt and find it and release it and make you look crazy. So whatever, whatever. I mean, you could have just been like, that's my business and put a pin in it, whatever me and him did. But you went on to act oblivious, Stacey. I'm peeping you. You real good with that oblivious stuff. So anyway, they go on to say that the last day is going to be slut night, which is basically a bachelorette party for Jazzy. So we move to the next day. And Ashley's on the phone with her mom, talking about her son Dean' birthday is coming up. He wanted to do a Beetlejuice theme, and then she tells her mom that Josh is texting her because she sent him a picture. So that door is not closed. But Ashley just, in my opinion, this is my opinion only. Sometimes she feel like a nut, sometimes she don't. I personally think, and this is my opinion, that she more attracted to women than men, and we're gonna talk about it later on. So they start the day off. You got Tia and Kiana on a golf cart. They see Angel and they're going to get coffee, tea, whatever, a bagel, who knows. She jump on. And she makes it known in her confessional that she's going to approach this day with positivity. And to me, unless some stuff is really edited about the catfish thing, she is dragging this. I mean, she a Debbie Downer to me, you know? Wendy, they cut to Wendy and Stacy, and Wendy has a sinus infection. I guess that's why she was sick and couldn't attend the dinner. Stacy has an allergic reaction to something, and her lip is all swole, like she been getting it in all night. But you know, actually, she talks about in her confessional that Stacy be lying. So like Pinocchio nose grew, Stacy's lip grew. So this day is filled with a yacht ride, you know. So they show up to a beautiful yacht. I mean, the yacht is gorgeous. And they go for a little ride, and Wendy is now present. So it's time to discuss what Giselle meant on that shot glass about Kiana being a Giselle hater. And to make a long story short, it basically is at some point, Wendy told Giselle that Kiana hated her or whatever. And Kiana brings up the fact that, well, you hate her and says she was a snake. And Wendy goes on to say, I told her that to her face, so it don't matter. But Wendy is just being a pot stirrer, it seems, this season because when the smoke was on her, it didn't feel good. So I think she get a joy out of putting the smoke on somebody else. So the issue with Giselle and Kiana is that after the fight that she had in the previous season, that she jumped in and nucked and bucked in a fight that wasn't hers, is that Giselle didn't reach out to her, and also Giselle felt like she was the aggressor. So Giselle lets her know, quite frankly, that girl, after that event, I jumped on a plane to be by my father's side, who was in ICU, who was not doing well, who eventually died. So if you thought I was gonna check on you for something that you can get plastic surgery to fix, and my dad ain't never coming back, girl, you must be smoking that good. And so Kiana goes on to say, well, it's how I felt. It's how I felt. She don't have no problem resolution skills. I mean, at that point, when somebody tell you somebody is gone and you know the relationship, you know the people are close, it's nothing to say, honey. It's just like, I am a diehard daddy's girl, so I probably would have started cussing you out, girl. If I could bring my daddy back today, I would. So I get it. And it took for Tia to explain, like, it takes 3 years. My dad been gone over 20, and it still hurt. Like Father's Day still is sore in my heart. So you don't know how long grief takes. It's just the fact when she said what she had to do and you inserted yourself in a fight that wasn't even yours, honey, that's on you. I think it's more I think you're more upset to the fact that she said you was the aggressor versus her calling to check on you. Ain't no way at this big grown age I'm gonna jump into a fight of another grown woman because a little bit of something sprinkled on me or whatever. And Kiana lets it know if it had been any of y'all, I would have jumped. And didn't nobody join in with that? Like, yeah, me too, or whatever, because don't nobody agree, boo. So Tia broke it down that she was a daddy's girl. She lost her father, and that how serious that is. She had to provide an example for her to get it. And then Kiana apologizes to Giselle, and Giselle let her know I love you and whatever. And she was like, noted. She ain't say it back. So it just felt like it's still some little smoke for Giselle. But Giselle, these ain't your friends. I mean, Ashley, your friend, maybe Karen, but we see what you're doing. So after that, moving on to the next scene, they go to a little restaurant called Orchid Bay with a really beautiful, nice view. And Stacy threw a little shade at Giselle. She was like, "It's beautiful and it's inspiring, even if Giselle is there." So that was her little shade. Stacy, to me, comes off as very calculated with her responses, and she is one of those that seems like when you go low, she gonna go high, and I don't know if it's a character from when she do her little QVC, but she playing it, and it's working to her advantage. You know what I'm saying? So they get to the table and they get to talking about Jazzy's uh, wedding, because I guess it's a few days, 14 days exactly before her wedding. And Ashley brings up the fact that Stacy was asked to be a bridesmaid and that she declined. Giselle brings up that, girl, you didn't know if Jazzy was going to be a part of this group. So if she wasn't going to be a part of this group and filming, you wouldn't have been at her wedding. You are not a friend. And I don't know, that's got to reveal itself through Jazzy. Jazzy don't have to speak to that at the reunion if she just showing up for camera appearances. But Stacy lets it be known that it's coinciding with her business for her dispensary, so she wasn't gonna be able to do the bridesmaid thing. So um, I don't know what to believe. That has to reveal itself, and again, Jazzy gonna have to speak to that. Like, girl, yeah, she only calling me when it's filming or whatever. But I don't know what to believe. I didn't even know they got close the previous season, which was Stacy's first season. But Stacy from Detroit, my hometown, and we slick, slick, click, click. So, moving on. The meat and potatoes of this episode or this scene is when Tia comes up and goes up to Kiana. She don't go up to her, but she states that, you know, the other day when I was trying to address the catfish thing, you basically said that um, I'm real filtered up too on my photos. So basically, Tia went to her page and was like, "Honey, our filterization is about the same." And Jazzy lets her know that, girl, most of my pictures ain't even filtered. Most of them are unfiltered. So I I don't know. And Tia is basically saying you're trying to heighten the fire while I was trying to diffuse it. But here's where it goes left from me. Jazzy comes out of left field talking about you come into this group, she's real aggressive. She trying to get that little peach blue candle tape measure. I don't know what they hold, but she basically lets her know that you are the one who told me in a giggly way that the owner of this restaurant keeps looking at you and is it attracted to you. And she gets like 14 days before my wedding. Like the girl was really trying to issue a hookup. And I didn't get that, girl. Let me just tell you this right here and right now. You real curvy, you small waist with a big booty. Honey, I don't care if it's 2 days for your wedding. I don't care if your wedding was in the next hour. You're gonna get other men looking at you. Just like how that football player look, you're gonna get other men looking at you and salivating, lusting over you. Just how your body is. You're a pretty girl. You're a pretty shapely girl. So girl, I just think it was very performative. You did it for a reaction. Everybody, Wendy, of course, with her, oh my gosh, clutching the pearls look. Just Wendy, just no, just stop. Cameraman, stop putting the camera on her because I can't take it. I cannot. It's just, you performative too. So anyway, but I just think it was a moment, and I think she working hard to come back and be first on the screen and not a friend of. That's what it seemed like to me. And I ain't think Tia really deserved that, you know. I mean, all y'all using filters. And it seemed to be a sore topic, you know. Um, just let it go. And it's not like nobody's saying nobody is ugly or anything like that. It just seemed to be a sore topic with y'all. And whenever she was expressing that to Tia, she had like this accent. And Tia was like, I'm very offended that you're trying to do my accent. And it was just a laughable moment. But we all caught it, you know, sometimes when I'm at the nail place and I'll be like, no, I want the, you know, just, I don't know. It don't be like trying to be shady, but it be more so like, you just get in the moment. And then I have to catch myself. No, honey, no, no, I want blue. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But anywho, so they move on from that scene. They start having the food coming all out. And what's crazy is that I guess Kiana doesn't eat cheese and Wendy finds one of the dishes without cheese. But I don't think that little thing is over. Because Kiana, you just coming off as mad, girl. You got a peach. And I don't know if it was a well deserved peach or whatever y'all hold. Y'all gotta forgive me. I don't even know what they hold. But you got a, well, if Karen was here, that might have changed. But you got a lead position, you know, housewife position. You ain't no housewife. You don't seem to have a personality. And you was fighting like a gutter sniper in the street. So how you got it is crazy. But we're gonna move on from that. So on the way back to the villa, I guess the cameras are down. They're not filming. Mics are off, and Jazzy and Angel is in this heated discussion about something. And Wendy and Stacy trying to ear hustle, but they getting little bits and pieces. Stacy believes it's about maybe somebody trying to mess with her man or um some woman. You hear Angel say something about snaggletooth and stringy hair, then shows a picture of someone. And I don't know, you know, they're not sure what's going on. And Angel seems very heated, clearly. And they get back to the villa. And then it's officially slut night, right? And this is where things get interesting. So Giselle starts off saying everybody got to give Jazzy a dance for her bachelorette party. Jazzy comes in. She looks really cute in all white lace. To me, she was best dressed. Everybody is doing little going up to her doing little things like, for example, Tia has some handcuffs with fur on them. But I'm gonna get right to what I need to get to in here. Ashley. Now, Ashley and her, to me, had some chemistry on the boat. They jumped in on the yacht. They jumped in the water together. They was booty bumping. Just saying, they was the only ones who dived into the water. And it was booty bumping and everything. So in this scene, Ashley has a chocolate pen where she puts a D on her chest for Darius and licks it off, honey, with a tongue like a lizard. And I just was like, I don't know how to feel. I I don't know if I was disgusted. I wasn't entertained, but I just was like, ew, because so many germs are on people's tongue, and that's where we go too far. And that's where I'm gonna piggyback to what I first said. I think Ashley first love is a female. A male comes second or third or fourth, but her first and second love gotta be a woman. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, you know. But I'm just, she's so out with it, and it did seem like it was an attraction, girl. So we get to homegirl Angel, the last one, and she put some handcuffs on her. Jazzy is double jointed, so she flipped her arm back over. and she lets everybody know that she is mad with her because Jazzy got a big mouth. And they get to talking about the situation that was on the bus going back to the villa. And basically it was somebody, I guess a previous friend of Angel, who um was spreading lies saying that she stole 30,000, that she was having birth control to get pregnant, and a whole bunch of stuff. And Angel becomes visibly upset, thinking that Jazzy was trying to dig up information on her. Because, she's still scoring from the catfish thing. But, oh, girl, it's just too much. It's just too much. It just keep going and going and with you. Now, what I can say is, baby, if you media trained, and especially if you ever watched any reality show, specifically this one, since your girl was out here street fighting, that that newbies are sometimes targeted the most because the other people in there earned their keep, that you had to come in here strong. And I just think the the vision of your old pictures versus how you look now and maybe some postcard, I don't know, everything is alleged. Don't come for me unless I can get more another D town girl. But it's just like it's just giving like you're not happy here. And if you're not happy here, I don't see you coming back for another season, honey. Just don't come back. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody digging nothing on you. And if she is, girl, handle it. Chin check, like your shot glass say. It's just becoming bored and through with you leaving these scenes, going to call your husband. And I'm married too, so I already know those are usually our biggest support people. We in the house with them. They know our feelings. They know what they going through. Their job is to protect and console. But girl, it's a reality show. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't true, then it shouldn't even bother you. But I think what really bothered you is that Jazzy said that, well, you didn't want me to come on this trip either. And somebody said that you're mean and nasty. And I'm just going to say, girl, I could see it a little bit. I could see it a little bit. I can. It's something that you give off that just, I don't know. I don't like it though. And it seems like you any kind of skeletons, anything like say if something going on with your man, if he was doing something wrong in his career, they gonna pull it out because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? You should have been more prepared for this, you know, and you keep like Kay. I don't think she should have got no lead position either. It's just like both of y'all is being labeled as the Debbie Downers of the group, and that's what it's coming across. But we gonna sit back and we gonna be entertained, and we gonna judge you on it because that's what we do, honey. That's what we do. It's hundreds and hundreds of bloggers set up to drag each and every one of you. And it just seemed like you didn't have no preparation for that. And I feel bad for you for that, honey. So hopefully you could pull it together. But if this is what it is, honey, don't come back. And it's just my opinion. I'm one person, but I don't want to see it. I want to see people like Stacy, who may be a liar, who may not be telling all the truth, who may be concealing something, but can stay in the scene and show up. And I get it. In the first couple of episodes, Stacy was leaving because they wanted to know about her divorce, and then they was talking about her breath was stank. But after that, I don't know. Stacy must have gotten her Real Housewives handbook, and she been handling it, and I'm looking forward to it. So, I mean, the party was nice and freaky and wild and jazzy, girl. Like I said, that body be bodying, honey. So you gonna get a lot of men looking at you with or without that ring, honey, and lusting and admiring. So get used to it, honey. I'm sure you are. But that's all I got on this episode. It was a good watch, entertaining. So I guess finally in walks Monique Samuels next week. I mean, I don't think they needed her because it's been doing what it need to do. But finally, I don't even want to say it until I see her because every time I see it, she'll never show up. But Let's see what she gonna bring to it. But if you like what I got to say, then like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl Shirley Pearl signing off for another video. And you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.